Okay, here I want to show you the construction of an ellipse with the use of focal point method. The construction of an ellipse using focal point method. Now, when you are asked to construct an ellipse with the use of focal point method, you'll be given two things. You'll be given the major axis and the minor axis. So the first thing that you need to do is to draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line. Then, so probably in the middle of the line, so draw a vertical line. Okay, so the major axis that I'm using is 120 mm and the minor axis is 80 mm. So on your ruler, take 40 mm, which is half of the major axis. 40 mm, which is half of the minor axis. Sorry, so 40 mm, half of the minor axis. Then put it at this point here. Let's call the point of intersection of the vertical and horizontal line. Let's call it point O. So this is point O here. Okay, so put the pinpoint of the compass at point O, and you make an arc up here. You make an arc down here. Okay, so this is CD, line CD. This is line CD. So CD is the minor axis. CD is the minor axis. Then the major axis is 120. 120 by 2 will give us 60. So take 60 mm on your ruler with the use of your compass. Okay, take 60 mm and put the pinpoint of your compass at point O here. And you make an arc on this line and you make an arc here. Okay, so this point here, so this is point A and this is point B. So line AB is the major axis. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is to locate the focal points. We have to locate the focal point on line AB. So what you need to do is that 120, so that 120, which is the length of major axis, divided by 2, that is 60. So take that 60 on your ruler. So this is already 60, which I used to locate point A and B. So put that 60 mm, put it at point C or D. So put it here now. This is point C, put it here. Okay, put it here. And then you make arc on OB and make an arc on OA. So this is it. So make an arc here. And you also make an arc here. Okay, so this is point F1, that is focal point 1, and here is focal point 2, that is F2. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to divide OF1 and OF2 into a number of equal parts. So I want to divide into 5 equal parts, So I'm going to show you how to do that. So to divide into 5 equal parts, so I'm going to use my 30-degree set square. So I will draw a line. So draw a line, an inclined line from here. Then with that same 30, so draw an inclined line. Okay, now, so I'm going to divide into 5 equal parts, as I said. So take your compass and extend to any convenient radius. So put it at this point, at point O, and make 5 arcs on this line. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 4, and this is 5. Then do the same thing here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Then, so the last one will be joined with F2 here. So join the last point with F2. Join the last point to with F2. Okay, here's it. Then here, the last point, also join it with F1 here. Okay, then take your set square. So set it along this line and you move it to the next point. Let's move to the next point. So draw a line and shift to the next point. So draw a line, shift it to the next point, draw a line, and shift it to the next point, draw a line. Okay, so we also bring it here. Okay, so move it to the next point. So draw a line. So move it to the next point. Draw a line. Move it to the next point. Draw a line. And move it to the next point. Draw a line. Okay, so we are divided into 5 equal parts. OF1 and OF2 have been divided into 5 equal parts. We are going to number this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this point F2 is the 5th point. I'm going to call this 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, and 5 prime. Okay, so there is a reason for that. So here also, here I have 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So we leave this like this to differentiate this one from what we have here. So the next thing that we are going to do is that take your compass, put the pinpoint of the compass at point A here, okay, and extend it to 1 on the right side. Sorry, 1 prime on the right side, 1 prime here. Extend it to 1 prime here, okay. Then remove it. Put the pinpoint at F1 here, and you make an arc up and down on the right side, up and down on the right side with the same radius. Bring it to F2 here. Bring that same radius to F2. Put the pinpoint at F2, and you make an arc up and down. Okay. So next is put the pinpoint of the compass at A and extend to 2 prime on the right side here. Extend to 2 prime on the right side. Okay. Then put the pinpoint at F1. Draw an arc up and down on the right side. Then with the same radius, bring it to the point F2 here. So draw an arc up and down. Okay. Then take it back to A. Put the pinpoint at A. Extend it to 3 prime on the right side. This is it. Okay, so take it up and put it at F1 here. So make an arc up and down. Then bring that same radius to F2 here. Then draw an arc up and down. Okay, so next, take it back to A and extend it to 4 prime. Extend it to 4 prime here. Okay, so this is 4 prime. So put the pinpoint at F1, draw an arc up and down. Then that same radius, bring it to F2 on this side and draw an arc up and down. Okay, so for 5, just leave it. So these 4, they are okay. Next, put the pinpoint of the compass at A again and extend to 1 on the left side. Extend to 1, point 1 on the left side here. See here. Okay, then take it up, put the pinpoint at F and you make an arc here and you make an arc here. Okay, then with the same radius, bring it to F2 here. Bring the same radius to F2. I make an arc here. I make an arc here. Okay, so next, put the pinpoint of the compass at A again and extend it to 2 on the left side here. Extend it to 2 on the left side. Then put the pinpoint of the compass at F1. Make an arc here. And make an arc here. So bring the same radius to F2. Bring the same radius to F2. So make an arc here. Then you make an arc here. Okay. So next, put the pinpoint back to A and extend it to 3 on the left side here. This point 3 here. Okay. Then put the pinpoint of the compass at F1. Make an arc on this and you make an arc here. So bring that same radius to F2 here. So you make an arc here. You make an arc here. You can see that the arcs, they are intersecting each other. They are intersecting each other. Okay, so next, bring the pinpoint to A and extend it to 4 on the left side here. Extend it to 0.4 on the left side. Okay, then put it at F1. So make an arc on this, on the fourth arc for the first one. So also make an arc down here. Bring that same radius to F2. Bring the same radius to F2. So you make an arc here, then you make an arc here. Okay, so next thing that we are doing is that let's get the point. So we have a point here, point B, then there is a point here, there is a point here, we also have a point here, we have a point here, point C is part of it, so we have a point here, so there is a point here, so we have a point here, there is a point here, so we have a point here, so here we have a point, 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 there's a point here, we have a point here, there is a point here, then we have another point here, we have the last one here. So all these points will be joined together with the use of our French curve. So there is it. So take your French curve, and set it. Ensure that the points are aligned on the French curve. So as I have here, so I can join these together. I can join these ones together. Okay. All right. So next, so I can join these 3 points together here. I can join them together. Okay. And then first I turn it here. Alright, so I can join this together. Okay, so next, turn it to this side. So I can join this together. Then okay, so for this, so I have to be very careful with this. Okay, so join this. together. Okay, then I have to join this together. All right, so this is the ellipse. This is the ellipse. So there's another thing I want to add to this. So in case you are asked to draw a tangent and normal to this, on a point on this ellipse, so you are asked to draw a normal and tangent, or tangent and normal on any point, on a particular point on this ellipse. So I'm taking this point. I want to use this point here. I want to use this point. I want to draw a tangent on this point on the ellipse. So I will call this point, I will call it point P. Okay, so this is point P. So the next thing that we need to do is that join P and F1. Join P and F1 with a straight line like this. And then you join P and F2 with a straight line. So this is it. Okay. Now, there is an angle here, and this angle is F1 PF2. So this angle now, so we are going to bisect this angle F1 PF2. We are going to bisect this angle. To do that, so you take your compass, put the pinpoint of the compass at point P here, and extend to any convenient radius. Draw an arc here. Good. So draw an arc like this. Okay. So let's say this arc, it touched line PF1 at this point X, and it touched line PF2 at this point Y. Okay. So the next thing is take your compass, put the pinpoint at point X here, and extend to any convenient radius. Draw an arc up and down here. Okay. Then put it at point Y. So draw an arc up and down here. All right. So the point of intersection of the arcs. Let me call this point. Let me call it point. Let me call this point. Let me call it point P. Oh, sorry. Let me call it point MN. So this is point M, and this is point N. So join MN together. It will pass through point P. This is it. It will pass through point P. Okay. All right. So this line MN is a normal. Is a normal to the on the curve. It's a normal on the curve. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the tangent. Okay, so the next thing is to draw the tangent. So take your protractor, because a tangent is always at a right angle to the normal. So the angle between a tangent and normal is 90 degrees. So take your protractor, set it like this on point P. On point P. So ensure that the 90 line, this line on 90 degrees is on the normal. So then you draw a line through this point like this. Okay, so this is it. So this line, so let me call it line RT or RS. So line RS. So line RS is the tangent. So line RS is the tangent. Okay, so as I said, so line MN is a normal to the curve, and line RS is a tangent to the curve. So the construction of an ellipse with the use of focal point method is as simple as this. So all you need to do is to practice. So you can use this in the same dimensions or use another dimension. Thank you.